Hi, welcome once again to the Carpenter Shop, where we're learning and growing about what kind of person does God want us to be? How do we get there from where we are, and what does it look like? In one of our previous episodes, we talked about the economy of God, and so today, since we're on a roll, I want to talk to you about money. Yeah, money. I want to mention a topic that is the terrifying word in many churches when people hear it: tithe. Yep, I want to talk to you about tithing for just a little bit. Believe it or not, the Bible teaches us that. If you go to the book of Leviticus, it says that the tithe belongs to the Lord. What does that mean? What's a tithe? Well, tithe is 10%. And so in the giving, or the way that things worked, is that if you were a tither, and if you are a tither, then there's the expectation that each week you take a look of the resources and the inventory of what God has placed in your life, and you take 10% of that and you give that to usually the local church, but to the causes of God, and you give back to God basically that 10%. It's an Old Testament model that carries all the way through, and Jesus even mentioned the importance of the tithe. But when Jesus mentioned it, he also reminded us that it is the low bar. It is the beginning place for obedience. It is that beginning place of becoming that person that's responsible financially with the stuff that God gives you. And so, because it's this format, and because you can't answer back, but I'm looking at you right now. Do you tithe? Are you afraid to tithe? Have you tried to tithe? God says in His Word, again, Old Testament, He said, test me on this. You try me. You be faithful with the tithe and see how I'm going to bless you. I think that sometimes we miss out on the benefits of God because, again, we don't understand the economy of God. And so let me invite you to one of the greatest experiences of your life. I know that sounds crazy for some of you, but it's true. Let me invite you to one of the greatest experiences of your life: tithing. And when you do, you will be hitting the low bar. And when you finally start hitting that low bar, you'll begin to realize, man, I can do this, and I seem to have everything I need. And yet, there's also so much more that God is doing. And you know what's going to happen? Your heart begins to turn. And you don't give with a grudge, you give generously. And the Lord loves a cheerful giver. And the more cheerful you get, the more you give. And before long, you're looking for creative ways to use resources that you have to bless others, and you're amazed at how God is blessing you. That's the economy of God again. That's part of the blessing that comes when you're obedient to tithe. Now, I'm a preacher, so I could talk a lot more about tithing to you if you want to, but I think I've said enough. The challenge is there. Test God in this. Take a shot. See if God won't come through for you. I guarantee you He will. Starts with 10%. Knock that bar down. Don't be afraid to tithe. I look forward to joining you next time here in the Carpenter Shop.